Yo, what up, bitches? What's cracking? Вылезар. Дончев. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9,5 в България. Така ли? What up? What up, R3? Where you been? Something's going on lately because a lot of my regulars haven't been in the rooms lately. Like, I haven't seen you in a minute. Mark ass buster, trick ass buster. 9. Майка ми има апартамент на не Витуша. Витуша. Там скъпия улица в България. И тя има апартамент, но тя е стара, вече няма си кола и като умре, апартамента мисля, че идва при мен, обаче аз нямам паспорт български, не знам как ще го продада, не знам нищо. Ще е много странно, като става това, тя като умре. All right, no more Bulgarian. He knows what I meant. And if you have any information on that kind of stuff, please let me know what you know. I mean, you're young, so. I'm at work during the 2-3 p.m. show. What do you do? What do you do for Wizark? Yeah, it's sad, but I asked her to put it in my name while she was still like to write me or to do something. Now it's going to be up to me to go out there like and figure it all out. I have one cousin who lives there. She lives in Sofia, but MP out. What's up, Marco? Hopefully Teo fights Boots. He's not fighting Boots. He would fight Boots. Matter of fact, let me hit up Teo's pops again. They be getting back to me sometimes. I just got to remind them. You know what I'm going to hit up too? I'm going to hit up Coach Kenny. See if Coach Kenny has been talking to anybody lately. I remember right after the Roach fight, he was like, I can't talk about it. Like, I guess that whatever happened, there was like, nope. And since then, I don't think I've seen him talk to anybody. That video with the theme song is fire. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. I think it's dope too, right? I realized I should have maybe put in one clip with me interviewing Sugar Shane. I could do it. I could just fix the shit up, do it again. That'd be kind of a dope clip. See, Jism. My name was buzzing in my absence, and no kids, your time isn't more valuable to Marco than financial support. He was being ridiculous, CJ. He was being ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. 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 Yeah, where you been at, man? Everything okay with your moms? Is that are you just working? What's going on? I haven't seen you. I haven't seen the attorney. Bob barely brings his ass in here. Joe hasn't come in. So many people. So I know something's going on. It could be spring fever. My son's acting wild. His teacher was like, yo, all the kids are bugging out now. It's spring fever. I'm currently, man, I might just get off soon if this shit gets whack. I'm making a video, Riddick Bowe versus Pierre Coetzee. Like two wild water buffalo just boom, boom. I mean, what a big, talk about big things smashing into each other. Wow. That was foul. That came out not the way it was up here. Ugh. Sorry, guys. What time is it at your place? 2:30. Deve y Polovino. What's up, Star Lion? Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. There's another one. Bunch of people I haven't seen in a while. Trying to make major moves in real life. You know I'm still down. What's up with the... nothing's up. Nobody's entering. I literally got 3 of you. I believe it's just 3. It's you, 3 people only. I need way more. I need at least 25 for this one. But I'm not really pushing it. I don't think anybody gives a fuck about this thing. That's the problem. I don't think people give a fuck about this bobblehead. I asked everybody before I did it. People seemed like they would like it. Boxing dads are bad for the sport. Not necessarily. What about Benavidez? What about his dad? Literally kills Tio. Yeah, I was a little sick. I'm back though. What was wrong? Cold? What happened? Crawford or Pacquiao? There, Franklin, I haven't seen you in a minute. There's another person I haven't seen in a minute. It's been slow. Crawford or Pacquiao? Okay, I could do that. You know, not to brag, but Crawford does know who I am. Did I show you guys what Shaq did for me? Hitting up Turkey? I don't know if I showed you guys that. Mike Weaver. Oh, a lot of Marvin Hagler lost 2 fights before he was considered. One of them, I believe, was bullshit, but one I think he really lost. I should watch those. I should watch the only 2 fights that he really lost. Well, he lost to Ray Leonard too, but nah, slow, bro. Trying to advocate for you. There you are. Where the fuck have you been? You been in here the whole time, just not talking because you're like working or whatever in the background? Turkey can't be trusted. All he does is promote racists like Tio, and nah, you're wilding out. Benavidez Sr. is the only reason David is shackled to the rotting corpse of the PBC. Damn. See, I don't follow shit like that. Jaggle. What up, Tone? Black people need to be unapologetic black like Ali was. Hagler's losses aren't on film. Neither of them? Those 2 aren't? Ah, that's too bad. Do you know who fought Hagler? All right, here we go. Here we go. And I have proof of this because I asked the fighter. Who, 10 seconds, trivia. What legendary fighter's father lost to Hagler? What legendary fighter, all-time great's father lost to Hagler? 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Nobody got it. I'll give you the answer. It's simple and plain. I must have forgot. Roy Jones Sr. fought fucking Hagler. Now you go to Hagler's record and you see Roy Jones, right? But it's confusing because it's a different Roy Jones. There's a picture that's not Roy's father, and it says he's from like Mississippi where Roy's from Pensacola. But I text Roy, and Roy confirmed, yeah, that was my father. So again, this goes to that bitch-ass Dominican who keeps fucking with me, Ness, about BoxRec. BoxRec is not always right. It makes mistakes. It omits shit. There's proof. Besides the fact that I have video proof of my fights, and they're not on BoxRec, Roy proved, yeah, he remembers his father fighting Marvin Hagler. Ain't that crazy? You heard the opposite. I don't know what you're talking about, but Roy literally confirmed it to me. I probably still have it on my phone. I can show you. I'm not going to because I don't think I need to prove myself, but yeah. Crazy, right? Fucking, I didn't even know Roy Sr. was a fighter. Unless, of course, Roy Sr. lied to Roy Jr. I don't, you never know. I didn't ask Roy if he was there and remember. He just knows his father talked to, he remembers it happening. He might have actually been there and remembers the fight in person. Because Roy was old enough to remember that when they fought. They fought, what, the 70s? No, maybe even, I don't know. Yeah, it's cool, right, Mo? What do you think about Jake Paul versus Julio? I think if Chavez comes in focused with the will to win, he's gonna piece Jake up like a Kit Kat. What up, bud? How much did you put on Crawford Canelo? You mean to tell me Haney did buy? Oh, I don't know about that. What's up, Mikhail? Mick Kizzle. D. Wayne. Hagler fight monsters at the beginning of his career. Watts, Briscoe, bonafide monsters, punchers. Yep. I think it was very easy to falsify stuff back then. It's believable. Well, what do you mean? You saying he didn't fight Hagler? What are you trying to say? Yeah, it's weird. I remember going right to BoxRec, and it was like Roy Jones, and some fucking dude that's clearly not his dad, clearly not even from that part of the world, but it was him. They just somehow fucked up what he looked like and who he was. I know my opponent's name, the one who I fought. You go to he has a BoxRec because he had 2 or 3 fights after me. And I'm not there. They have the rest of his fights. Just for some reason, that fight card that I was on, though, one sanctioned fight card I was on. The others were smokers. I even hit up Athletic when I started doing this. I was like, to make it look, even though I lost that fight, so technically I would just show up as 0-1. At least it shows that I was there. But yeah, it gives me credibility. Nobody ever responded to me. I hit up the Athletic State Commission. BoxRec responded. They go, you got to have the Athletic State Commission send me the documents. Now, what are the odds they still have those documents from the year 2000? You know what I'm saying? It's probably easier to do this shit now and everything's digitized. What up, Bob? Oh, shit. Bob's coming in strong. I'm with it. Don't let E-Rock forget we got a G on it. Do it through the channel so I can get that commission. Nah, I mean, if you don't want to, I get it. But which Julio are you talking about, father or son? The son, Dwayne, the son. The father should not be fighting anybody. I never lost in the amateurs or pros. You're undefeated. What's up, Big Ray? He said it again? Or just now? Dwayne Dennis' son. Huh? You can't take Roy Jones seriously as a trainer after he said that he gained his hand speed and reflexes from catching frogs. Why not? You ever try to catch a frog? I've never tried, but Rocky was catching chickens. Why not catch a frog? Why? Come on, Raph. I know we don't deal with frogs in NYC, but that jingle, my song is dope, but it fucked up. It says I was born in the Bronx because you're from the Bronx. Made me think of that, which I'm not. He fucked up. And the problem is he sent me a couple others. Not fucked up but and the others weren't nearly as good. They didn't sound as good. And they said Hell's Kitchen. They had more accurate, but they didn't say Hell's Kitchen. Sure, there's more film of Hagler fights, but it's rotting. Maybe. Kambosos rematch or Prograis? Nah, Tank's not fighting Shakur. What's up, Yayan? Honestly, do you think Chavez is off the drugs now, Cole? He seems good to me now. Shit, Charlo looks more fucking on the substance than Chavez does. Charlo's one popping up repeatedly drunk. Not every time. Chavez hasn't come up drunk or fucked up once. At least on film. That frog catching shit is real. As a kid, you're building brain body. That's what I'm saying. Catching frogs is a better story than he was God gifted. He is God gifted. Roy Jones from Florida. Catching frogs is hard as fuck, especially for us New Yorkers. Wait a second, Ray. Why do I not remember you're from New York? Because I don't. What part of New York are you from again? Remind me. And how old are you? One time I caught a pigeon in Bulgaria. Those Bulgarian pigeons have balls on them. I'll tell you that. Because in New York, pigeons are scary to you because we kick them. Bulgaria, although believe it or not, the city of Bulgaria, it's a lot of people walking around. That shit is packed. It's not a long, but it's packed. Like the streets of Bulgaria are packed like the streets of New York. Realizar, am I kidding? It is. It's packed. But it's only, I would say, a 1 mile maybe length of one strip. It's Jake Paul. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to fight his dad. Calling it right now, T over his boots. I don't think so either. Yeah, I'm going to go if I get approved. I mean, Big Shaq Diesel already reached out to Turkey for me, so I might even be working it. Who knows? Oh, Plevin. I'm talking about Sofia. I've never been to Plevin. I'm 32 from Harlem. Bro, remember? Ah, yeah, Wagner. Okay, I remember you now. And you still live there? I forget. Nah, you moved, right? Why people keep saying Turkey giving Shiraz a path to Canelo if you're already fighting Bud? It's a great question. I'm going to tell you something. I rewatched some of Shiraz's fights. And I watched the one against Adames. Berlanga's not Adames. He doesn't have the skill set to do what Adames did. I think Shiraz might even stop Berlanga. If Berlanga beats Shiraz, I will say Berlanga is, in my opinion, will then be in the top 10 super middleweights if he could beat Shiraz, especially convincing. And I'm not just saying this because I don't like the way Berlanga acts sometimes. I just really believe, non-biasedly, from an analyst standpoint, that Shiraz has more skill set, and his advantages, his height, the way he boxes, his power. The dude's 80% knockout ratio. That's tremendous. I think he beats him. Yeah, I'm Bulgarian. I mean, my mom's is off the boat. I speak the language and all that. I watched the Andre Ward Jay Prince interview, and he explained how Roy chose to back down to light heavyweight to fight Tarver for him. Then he said mega fight. Nah, Tyson wouldn't have fought him. I don't think Tyson would have fought him. Carolina. I did watch the highlights. Yes, I did. When you have an eye that is highly trained and as perceptive and precise as mine, a boxing eye, highlights all you need. Yeah, Adames looked like it looked like there's an argument for him winning the fight for sure. But again, Berlanga isn't Adames. I don't know what power you're talking about, Mikhail. I don't think Berlanga has a lot of power. Yes, 16 knockouts, but since then, it went from 100% knockout ratio to like 20 or 30% knockout ratio. I think he has decent power. I don't think I wouldn't even put him. Nah. I don't think he has that much power. They're both meh. Exactly. I think Shiraz has more. He has a kind of a Michael Nunn thing going on. Not as slick of a boxer, but Shiraz stopping Berlanga's spicy take. You tend to agree, so why is it spicy? Remember we talk about Mikhail. Doesn't matter who. Well, it matters a little, but it just matters. Look at Berlanga's 6 first-round knockouts against who? Do you know how hard it is to knock anybody out? You know, you're in the ring. You ever even dropped anybody? Be real. Have you ever even dropped anybody? You probably haven't. So look how hard it is to drop, let alone knock somebody out. So there you go. You of all people shouldn't be disrespecting knockouts, man. You know how hard it is. KO with Shiraz is maybe the worst take you've ever had, Marco. Okay. Hey, this isn't that kind of a channel. I'm not like, I told you, yeah, mother. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We learn together. I'm good with that. Berlanga's from my fucking hometown. I'd love to see him be on top. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I think once he gets a couple certified wins, he'll be more secure and he'll stop all the fucking talk. Because then he'll know, oh, my performances can talk for me. Because right now they can't. I don't need to watch Feel Out Rant. What is this? Rafael? ¿Qué hizo? ¿Qué hizo Rafael? Do you say ¿qué hizo? Or that's just Portuguese? Who is this? Oh, the Tyson. I saw that. Oh, no, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I don't give a fuck what it says, Ralph. I don't believe Mike Tyson would have fought Roy Jones. I don't think he would have done it. I got to read it first, but even if Jay Prince is saying Mike Tyson told me unless I hear Mike Tyson agree with it, I wouldn't believe it. And let's not forget something. How many times has Mike Tyson literally contradicted himself? Over and over. Over and over. There's what? When they asked him fighting Bo, I would never fight Riddick Bowe. No, we grew up together from the same neighborhood. No, you don't fight your friends. Cut to the biggest gift you can give a friend is a payday. Of course we fight friends because friends help each other out. He contradicts himself all the time. How many fights did who go without a knockout? Is Berlanga the favorite? It's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question. Is Berlanga the favorite? I don't know. Yeah, it is wild. 16 in a row is crazy. That's a lot. That might be a record. I'm not really sure who has the record. What up, D? Of course, I've dropped somebody, so why are you disrespecting Berlanga? Is disrespecting Berlanga? How am I disrespecting Berlanga? Saying that since that knockout streak, his knockout ratio is extremely low, like lower than way lower than the average person. How's that disrespect? That's a fact. Mark always make terrible takes. Nothing new. Kiss my ass. How's that take? Kiss it. What up, Shelton? These dudes are wilding out, Shelton. Berlanga does have power, but he doesn't have a very high boxing IQ. New York City. See what I'm saying, Ray? You see these fucking middle America, Midwest dudes, Ray? They don't know. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. He does know if he wants to be a boxer or fight in the pocket. He does not know. He does know. I think you're trying to say he does not know, right? Agreed. I don't know, but for some reason, I really think Shakur will stop Zepeda. I wouldn't be surprised. Zepeda does have a good chin, but Zepeda's style is going to he's going to be getting repeatedly hammered over and over like he's on a local 79 construction site. So it might just be the ref like, that's enough. Berlanga is beatable and may lose his next fight. Jersey. See, even though there's somebody we know of who we won't speak of from Jersey that is a punk, Jersey and New York usually come together, form like Voltron. Bob knows. Vaughn after another hand injury. Could be right farmer dropped him. His worst take has been Charlo will show up to Yo, I hope he does. Let me ask you a question. When you saw Errol Spence, did you not think that he might have been high against Crawford where his eyes were like this? I'm just saying. But I was 90% joking, but I do give it a 10% chance. Maybe 95. But that's a 5% chance. But that's a huge chance considering I would give nobody else zero chance of doing that. I'd give him 95, 5% chance he would show up maybe in something off, looking drunk or a little. 5%. What's worse? That's fucked up. Come on, Edgar is definitely the favorite, y'all. I don't know. Why don't you look it up? Let's see. We could find it. I'm not saying Berlanga isn't, but to praise Shiraz's power and then the same breath say Berlanga doesn't have any power is hilarious. Why? Shiraz is 80% knockout ratio, consistent through his entire career. Consistent. Berlanga started off with lower competition, as did Shiraz. Then as he started stepping up, his knockout percentage dropped. Shiraz also started off low. They're both at the same level, yet Shiraz has maintained his. Also, it's the eyeball test, Mikhail. Eyeball test. And this is my opinion. You can't tell me otherwise because it's me. That's my opinion. When I look at them both throw punches, Shiraz's shits look like they have pop on them, way more pop than Berlanga's do. So that's my opinion. That's a fact in my brain. That's what I see. Turkey told him I'm down on the cards. I know, I saw that. What up, Keenan? Boots, too big. Berlanga is favorite. Okay, so that's close, right? 140 is, I don't know really how that shit works. Is that really close or is that not close? Rebar, what up, blood? Damn, Rebar? Stretcher. What up, Maldo? Yeah, I can. I'll still fuck somebody. I'll still fuck up most people. Most people, like Yayin, I would fuck up. I will whoop Yayin's ass, and he's half my age. More than half. Put him in a put him in a body bag. Yeah. Hitchens, I guess. Oh, Shushu Carrington, of course. So when the NY guy says Berlanga has power, he knows what he is talking about. I say Berlanga has power. I'm from a cow town. No. Nah, he didn't just say he has power. He said he has some power, but he's not a good. And I agree, he has some power, but it's not what that 16-0 knockout streak made us all think. Because at first I was like, I was on it. I was like, yo, this guy's no joke. Shiraz is slight favored. Oh, so Shiraz, that means he's the favorite. That's what I would have thought. Because Shiraz fought better competition. And just looks more impressive doing it. You know, with the knockouts and not getting frustrated and biting people. But, you know, I don't get into betting, so high and drunk, totally different. Yeah. Well, we don't know if when Charlo gets all like slurry, that could be meds. That could be like Xanax. You know, you don't know if somebody's taken. You could tell usually if it's weed. It didn't look like weed. It looked more like a, you know. Yeah, Berlanga's physical specimen. In my opinion, you just don't have the IQ to. Yeah, I don't think he's a physical specimen. I don't believe that. Yeah, but he did. He always looked high, though. Prime Tyson was a beast. That's random, but true. I'm going to go down here a little bit. Berlanga's 77. Right. But you got to listen to me. First 16, 100%. After that, I think I did the math. It's like 30% since that streak ended, which is a record in itself. I've never seen somebody be such a strong knockout puncher. Forget about the first round. Never seen anybody have 16, 20 knockouts in a row and then stop and they go from 100% to 30. You know, dudes will slow down a little bit. That's normal. That's what I'm saying. $140 means you put up 140 and 100. Okay. Okay. What up, Dandada? The original Super Cat Manayua Dandada. I'm going to go down here a little bit. Nah, plus means you're the underdog. Yeah, which is fucking weird, right? That's confusing. Plus sounds like a positive thing. I don't even know. No, 100 means. Okay, I got you guys. Puello versus Matthias in the real main event. Ooh, that's a good one. Bailey. Social media using on Berlanga, but truthfully, I think you might say hating, is a decent young fighter with a good ceiling. I don't know. So I'm going to leave the door open, just like I did with Keyshawn. I didn't see Keyshawn being a superstar yet, but I said he does have the tools. See, I said the same thing about Shakur. People are like, oh, the best defensive. I'm like, I don't see it yet, but I see the possibility. You got to do something that Big Daddy Kane made a song about with me. Show and prove. I get that people I think Abdullah Mason has the potential to be one of the next pound for pound greatest fighter in the world, but he has to show and prove. Right? I didn't think Berlanga didn't show me. He hasn't shown me anything that makes me think he's going to be an elite super middleweight. But I'm wrong. Keyshawn's turning out to be better than I thought because I didn't see that in him either. But he's starting to prove me wrong. So, you know, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I tell you guys, man, I do not have a crystal ball up my ass. My auntie is not Miss Cleo. I do not own a Zoltar machine. I don't know what's happening in the future. Don't nobody want to see Shiraz versus Canelo? If Shiraz sparks Berlanga out, Why not? Open the panel. Dude survived Canelo and he thinks he's a star. That's a great, and that's one of my problems with him. I get being proud of going the distance with that was his fucking idol, with your idol, with one of the greatest pound fighters of today and in history when it's all said and done. I get that. But a real competitive fighter focuses more on, I got to get mine back. Not, there was too much, what's the word? There was way too much comfortability, I guess, with the loss. Satisfaction, almost. Too much satisfaction, or I can't think of another word, but Freddie, what up? Lions World. Marco says callers drop viewership. Not always. More call-ins might get your traffic popping, working on Johnny. Well, Johnny's different than I am. You know what I'm saying? Me and Johnny bring different things to these lives. So maybe for him it works better. I don't know. I've tried callers and and I don't mind doing some, but it doesn't, and we can do it. I mean, Berlanga just stood in the pocket with one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport and had a good showing. This is fighting you suppose you have confidence. This is fighting you suppose. Yes. But let's not forget, Mr. Bailey, he also was rocking a 30 to 40 pound weight advantage. Because he's still 27. He can still cut that weight and balloon back up. It's way harder, dudes in their mid-30s like Canelo, to cut weight. That's why dudes in their 30s often are fighting in their natural weight class by that point. Answer your question, homeboy? That sounded mad racist. Like, answer my question, homeboy. That just sounded mad like you're, like you own me. But whatever, I'll answer it. Marco, do you see it now, Shakur to be a star? I mean, yeah, I see it. I don't know if it's going to happen for sure. I want to see him beat one of the elite level guys first, because he hasn't. And it's not his fault. They don't want to fight him. A Haney, whatever. But yeah, definitely has the tools. Who do you think is a better prospect, Emilio Vargas or Mason? Mason, for sure. Mason is no joke. You for real just biased against Berlanga? If you say so. I don't see any. I look at him and I see a decent fighter. I don't see anything outstanding. Nothing outstanding. What are you gonna do? If you do, cool. Then you got a better eye than me. If it ends up happening, coming to fruition, then you got a better eye than me. Everybody said that Berlanga would get destroyed versus Canelo. I don't agree with celebrating. I mean, yeah, I get it. But me, for one, until I saw them and saw that side, I didn't know he was 30, 40 pounds bigger. Mikhail, you know how hard it is to knock out somebody who's 40 pounds bigger? He got that one knockout only because Berlanga didn't see it coming. When you're that much bigger, if you just shell up and brace for the shots, you're not going anywhere. And that's what he did the whole fight, except for that one shot that he got caught because he couldn't brace for it because it was just a tricky, sneaky shot. So to me, that took away giving him any props for surviving when I saw how much bigger he was. And still, even if he wasn't bigger, the way he's celebrating the loss, to me, I'm not, it's too much. Like, that's what celebrating. Content. That was the word I was looking for. The man is super content with the loss. And that's what it seems like. Maybe if I talked to him in person, and that, for me, as a former fighter, nah. Losses would fucking tear me apart. Somewhat advantage helped Canelo, but won't help. Somehow the weight advantage helped against Canelo. Canelo, the guy who started fighting at fucking 135, the guy who's 5'7". You hear yourself? Shiraz is fucking 6'3" and is probably naturally just as big as Berlanga. He might not be bigger because he might be that Fondora thing where he's thin and tall. Different body frames. You kidding? They look like before and after pictures of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Get the fuck out of here, Mo. Punk. Shakur already a star. Good point. You got to find me a new boyfriend? I don't have any boyfriends. Strictly titties. That doesn't rhyme, does it? How Berlanga's supposed to act like Jared Anderson questions his own existence as a fighter. What? Is that what you think I just said? Are you just trying to win an argument because you feel like we're sitting here in front of the jury and in front of the bench? Or do you really believe what you just said? You took that from what I said, that he's supposed to question his own existence as a fighter? No. Focus on the loss. Talk about how you want to get better and how you learn from it and how, and it yeah, it's cool that I lasted with blah, 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 but that loss is tearing me up. You know what I'm saying? But I learned from him. I'm going to get him. You know, I won't breathe. I can't sleep until I avenge that. That is way different than what Jared Anderson's doing. You know that, but I don't need to explain that to you. You're just trying to throw your lawyer cross-examination skills at me. We from NYC, we don't see it with Berlanga. That's what I'm trying to tell you people. Thank you, Ray. Tell these people, Ray. Tell them. We want to root for him. Let's get my question again, Marco. I'm on your ass. Ew. All right, let me find it. I got a lot of people talking to me, Michael. Don't get your fucking panties in a bunch. Marco, who you got, Berlanga or Pacheco? Pacheco. I don't have any elite over Berlanga until he proves me otherwise. Any of the dudes, yeah. Don't know when to hang up. That's kind of true. How long is Canelo's KO drought? I don't know. Plant, right? Plant must have been the last knockout he had, I believe, which was what? 22? 3 years? But let's not forget, Canelo's also fighting out of his weight class. 47? Canelo, I thought he started at 35 because he was 15, but that's possible too. I remember one time some old unk called in and out Marco to sleep literally. He was just rambling on for minutes. Yeah. Berlanga can't win in media. So he should not listen. He should not listen, just fight. He got where he is. ESPN, Canelo will fight. I don't know what the hell that means. You lost me. Eon, he did start at 35. So I was right. I could have swore he started at 35 because he was so young. Canelo and Edgar had a mediocre mindset for doing that. I mean, I don't think Canelo had a meet. I think Canelo was trying to just win. Canelo started at 140. That's insane. Shiraz started at 154. Not in a gay way, Marco. So you get over your old BF from Jersey. It was never my BF. Believe that was me, Alberto. Let's brainwash half this chat now. They team. Yeah, it seems that way. Seems that way. I know, CJ. That's what I'm saying. Berlanga got people. Berlanga got people. Stormy! What up, man? What up? Chi-Town. Chicago! That's all my Puerto Rican boys growing up would say Chicago. Chicago. I say it like that. Although I agree with you, Marco, just because y'all from NY, y'all know better than everybody. Nah, we don't know better. Is that what you got from that? Or are you on Attorney Bailey's cross-examination arguing skill set? No. I'm saying that if anything, you shows we're not biased because we want our fellow New York dude to win. You get it? Not that we know better. We would want him to win. So we're clearly not being biased. That's the point. Now we talk about old fighters with time, Alberto. So do other channels. True. True that. Pacheco, Boxers, Berlanga. I agree. But Rot, what up? Are they going to reward Teo's racism with a big fight? Probably. Canelo's first pro fight was at 139. There we go. I remember it was 130 something. I'll help you find it. Take your hand, shove it up your ass, and look around like this. Look around. Take a while to just look around. And then when you finally find it, pull it out and look at it, and then put it back in and pull it back out, and do that rapidly once you find it, because you'll be happy you found it. If Canelo has fought multiple times at 168, that's his weight class. It doesn't mean it's his natural weight class. That means because of I believe he's a 160 pounder. He said it himself recently when he finally admitted why he doesn't want to fight Benavidez for the size difference. I believe Canelo's skill and power and experience enable him to be successful at 68. But I think I think he can make 60. I mean, I've met the dude. I've shook his hand. He's not a big guy. Grandpa called and made Marco a mannequin. The mannequin challenge thing was funny, if that's what he said. I heard somebody said, Ness said that. That's funny. Sanctioning bodies are called. They want their fees. That's a fact. No, Nello said Edgar had mediocre mindset for celebrating a loss. That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. His like, the fact that he was so, what was the word that I used? Content with that loss to me. Now, Alberto, get rid of that damn severed head in your free. Yo, Alberto definitely collects shrunken heads in his basement. For sure. LAPD on APL Latino serial killer. Oh, you guys. I think a KO victory for Berlanga is likely, not a short thing. You're wilding out, Mo. I mean, who's the last person he knocked out besides the dude who looked like he just gave birth? Come on, with no experience. Come on. The Mexican chase. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Johnny! This is the man, everybody, right here, who made the hip-hop song. This is the man right here who made the fucking dopest hip-hop song. You guys want me to play it? I'll play it. It's an official music video for the Marco Boxing theme song. This man right here made it. Shout out. Again, I'm not born in the Bronx. I'm not a southpaw. There's no mention of Hell's Kitchen in the song, but that's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? AI takes it, stirs it, and bakes it the way it wants to. Tio's a racist, but Berlanga keep using the N-word, and he's not a racist. All right, Bob, you're obviously a black man. Does it bother you when a Puerto Rican says the N-word? And you're from Jersey, New York, same thing. Does it bother you? Because me growing up, those dudes had fucking passes. I feel like they still do, but I don't know. Some people don't like it, some people do. Not that they like it, they're okay with it. I personally think it's more Benavidez' skill and size advantage. Or Canelo would beat David, in my opinion. Nah, you're wilding out. David batters Canelo like a mozzarella stick. Where did you meet Kieran Culkin? Kieran's that's Shane's brother who comes in this room. Kieran and Shane, they're childhood friends of mine. They're like family. I've been known them. You got Berlanga winning. Berlanga gonna get early stoppage. Oh, Jesus, bud. I saw you and Shane in the high rise. Me and Shane? You mean me and Shane's brother? Oh, Ish, I got CJ started. Here we go. Nah, you played it 3 times already. Don't. All right, some of the dudes didn't hear it. The shit is dope. Hater. Stop sipping on Haterade. Berlanga says, oh, so what? You okay?
Jasmine asked if Nova can come with her to like a jungle gym thing.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah. Are we still going to go do the cans thing without her?
Probably be me and you and Leo.
Okay, that's fine. I can see that. It's funny, though. Shiraz. Nicely done, Johnny. Word, it is nice. Doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, you said that white dudes in your school say the N-word, which Bob's a teacher. Yes, I am. 6 years older. Right? Yeah, 6 years older. No, 4 years. Excuse me, 4 years older. He's 1980. I'm 76. Berlanga still has power, but he doesn't know how to set up those punches. I agree with that. The power's okay. The power is decent. I see decent power, not let me write home about this. Berlanga is super trash. See, I wouldn't go that far. See, I'm telling you, I'm not being biased. I don't think he's super trash. And he does have the skills to possibly be what he believes he's going to be. But I just don't see it yet. He's a bigger Arturo Gatti without the skill. God damn, that's brutal. Did I hear back from Shaq? Yeah, he sent my video to Turkey directly. Told Turkey that they need to hire me. But Turkey, and now I'm waiting on Turkey to call me. Because until that happens. Yeah, I know it's unmuted. What up, Marco? Who won the Tyson gloves? Damn, you mad late. CJ. Well, actually, Yayin won them, and then he donated them to CJ because CJ deserved it. I want to see Carmel versus Dean the Great. I'd like to see that too. Good fight. Dean the Great could fight. Yeah, that's just disrespectful. Anyone forget Berlanga tried biting a middle? Yeah. Quinn, I've been talking about that. That's one of the things that made me really question his mindset. Because it's more about like, oh, so when the fight gets rough, that's what you do? And let me tell you guys something. I know Mike Tyson did it and made it like, do you know how gross and weird it is to want to bite somebody in the ring? I've been in there. You know how hard, you know how gross and weird that is? And another thing with boxing, punishment should always match the crime. You always do whatever is done to you right back for retaliation. Example, somebody hits you low, you hit them low back. If somebody hits you low, you don't rip off their headgear and then hit them with a chair. Bumlanga, nah. Bothers me especially when you see in historic places the South when the outline of white guys only sign used to be. Jesus, that's crazy. It would say whites only. Yeah. Wow. As long as Shakur win, I'll be happy. Ooh. Itoshi, you Japanese? I don't know why my voice just got. I went, you Japanese? Are you Japanese? That fight's not going to happen, but I'd love to see it. Tank tried to bite Roach. Nah, I went over that whole video. You guys want me to play it? You want me to play it? I didn't know what. The whites only? Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't know I didn't know you could see the outlines of them still. I know. You guys want me to play the Tank Roach video? I made that. He didn't bite him. He did not bite him. There was no bite there. Marco, who has a better resume, Shakur or Devin? Devin. Yeah, because he's fought more elite fighters. He's lost, arguably, to all of them. Well, not all of them, but. Oh, was that funny? Marco has a. Why am I funny? What'd I do? The name is from anime. Okay. Roach give hard fights for Davis. My bad. I know about bites, and he didn't bite him. He didn't bite him. Dev lost to Loma and Ryan, arguably. But that's true. I mean, let's be real. Like, Dev only looked great against Regis Prograis. No, that's not true. Cambosis and Prograis. He looked great against those guys. She told him he has 5. First boxing match I ever watched was Chavez versus Oscar 1. Mine? You ready for this? Pierre Coetzee versus Michael Dokes. I remember watching it with my dad. upset, big upset. Dokes got knocked out. And the white boy, even though he's South African, but white, first white heavyweight champion since, I believe, Rocky Marciano. That's how long it had been. But at the time, that had been 20 years, something like that. It was an upset. Nobody thought Dokes was supposed to kill him. So that was like my taste of like, oh shit, an upset. Like that fight had everything because Dokes was clipping him too. So it was a back and forth upset. Pierre Coetzee had surgery on his hand so many times that, you know how like Showtime or HBO, whichever one it was on, or it might have been ABC Sports, I don't remember, does like they go into the fighters' houses, they follow them in the gym, they just do a little piece on them, before the fight. Well, they did a piece on him and they showed that his hand was broken so many times. He had surgeries on it that they said it's basically a bionic hand because there's like metal inserts and surgically repaired. And me as an 8-year-old or 7-year-old, I remember thinking like, oh, this guy's a bionic hand. Oh shit. It was such a cool fight. Ali versus Liston Tank for Shakur breakdown. I mean, I don't know now. What up, man? He pushed with his chin, his shoulder. He was disappointed with Tank. Nah, honestly, but it comes back. And we'll see. Canelo versus Triple G, first 2 fights. What about it, Bookie? I think Lamont is celebrating survival, although a good fighter, he didn't win. I thought he won. I thought it was a draw or Lamont won because that knee should have been called. But if you don't call the knee, a draw would be okay. American white guys in boxing nearly extinct. That's a fact. Aaron, though. What about Aaron? I just did a video on prior. You see it? I just did a video on him recently. Got a lot of views, too. Marco hates Roach for celebrating his loss. Hates him. Well, he didn't lose. So how could he celebrate a loss when he didn't lose? That's weird. Oh, you're trying to do a thing with Berlanga, I guess. But that doesn't even make sense because Lamont didn't celebrate a loss. Shakur, and everybody knows that the shit was mad close. Shakur beats all these chumps 8 out of 4. If Mike hadn't fired Kevin Rooney, he would have been unbeatable. Maybe, but don't forget his mentality was fucked with Kevin there or not there. Kevin would have helped keep him on track as much as possible, but you can't make a grown man do what they don't want to do. First fight was Floyd versus Baldomir. Yeah, Floyd fucked Baldomir up. That was I know Floyd was happy when Baldomir got that upset over Zab. He was like, got an easy one. Roach is to Tank what Rolly is to Ryan. Maybe. Well, not really, because, maybe, actually. My first was here in New Orleans, Hagler versus Hearn, Superdome. Wow, you went to that live? That was, some people believe, the greatest brawl in history. I think it's a little overrated. The first round was dope, but then the rest was a little overrated. Honest, personally. I think what it did I think it just more showed Hagler's supreme dominance. That's what it showed to me more than people say, oh, what a brawl. No. To me, that was more seeing one man shine. That was almost as impressive as what Roy did to Vinny Paz or what Mayweather did to Gotti. That's where the Saints play. High level eye. Marco, why don't you get mad? Marco, why you get mad? Just wanted to see your record. I wasn't really mad. I thought you were fucking with me because we've talked about this 1,000 times. Canelo versus Triple G. First 2 fights were very close. Yeah, I gave Triple G the win the first fight. Tyson was on the path to destruction. Remember Teddy Atlas? Teddy Atlas was about to kill anybody. Roy Chin overrated. Go fuck yourself.
Y'all must have forgot.
He really hates Hearns. Marco, who do you have winning between Berlanga and Shiraz? Maybe stoppage. Hagler vs. Hearns was at Caesars Outdoor Arena. So you're saying this guy is lying? I don't get it. I'm new to your live, champ. I don't know your record. Oh, thought you aren't new. Yeah, that's it. It was street beefs in the 90s. What up, Sobers? I don't think so, man, but we'll see. Steady speaks with a mouth guard on. It does seem like that. It does. He's like, and there's always like a lot of spit in his mouth. That's funny. Marco was fighting in the parking lot of the local Popeye. Well, cute, good attempt at humor, but if you know anything about New York City, is we don't fucking have parking lots anywhere. So try again. If you said the sidewalk in front of a Popeyes, maybe that'd be funny. In front of a bodega would be more accurate. The way he fought against Adames makes me think he gets gun shy when he feels power. Ooh. I don't think Adames had that much power, though. He just had snap. And I was saying this before, I am not sold on Berlanga having a lot of power either. So, you've never even been here. How do you know? We need more big fights in New Orleans. New Orleans is a big fight town. Oh, yeah? Okay. Oscar versus Trinidad. I remember watching that, too. Oscar made that fight so whack. He was lacing him up like a brand new pair of Reebok pumps, and then he just took his foot off the gas for like 3 to 4 rounds. Possibly the worst game plan I've ever seen in boxing. Possibly the worst one I've ever seen. When what you were doing was working so easily. I mean, he didn't have a scratch on him. Trinidad wasn't even hitting him. So why stop doing what you're doing? He bounces around Oscar. He's very quick in and out with his feet. He has good parrying. And his offense was acting as his defense. So he had good real defense, and then his offense was quadrupling the effectiveness of his defense. So why stop that and become basically a floating around piñata? And I'm not saying that because he's Mexican. He was just floating around to be swung on without hitting back. Piñatas have no arms. Damas was smacking knuckles off his melon. Virgil says he hit harder than Canelo. Bookie Brown, Hergo wasn't in New Orleans. It wasn't? Marco, you versus Ness. Give me a fucking break. Marco was fighting in the Port Authority bathroom. Why's it got to be the bathroom? Trinidad was too slow for prime Oscar. Yeah, way too slow. Way too slow. And Oscar had that reach. Oscar was one of the few fighters that were taller than Trinidad. Trinidad always had the height advantage. But Oscar, I believe, was either the same height or taller a little bit. If it was Mayweather there instead of Oscar, it would have been called a masterclass. No. No, Mayweather doesn't run like that and not throw punches. No, I disagree. You're welcome. My first fight was Tank and Lamont. Tank gets a draw. I'll watch from home next time. Oh, you went to that fight? Wait. You're in New York? Freddie? What up, Noel? Yeah, of course I would have. Oscar won the first 7 rounds. He won the fight. Arguably not. Some people might have had it, arguably not. Bookie used to train in New Orleans, met Willie Pastro and Matthews Muhammad. David. What? Going to use AI to create a spy versus spy music. All right. Oscar had a longer stick game. Gross. What part? Remind me. You probably told me. Remind me what part.
Hey.
All this Shakur hate. Who's hating him? You just love him.
Hold on.
it was my daughter in Staten Island, and I'm from what part? What part? What part? You know I'm from Manhattan too. Hell's Kitchen over here. Bookie believe the No Mas fight was at the Super. Can we watch Oscar Trinidad as a watch? We can, but after the first 6-7 rounds, it's just boring. You know what it looks like? All jokes aside, it looks like a mix of what Haney and Skull did, but throwing less punches even. What Haney and Skull just did, that's what Trinidad did, but he threw less punches. I mean, that's what Oscar ended up doing. But once Oscar stops Zepeda, the haters are going to come out of their halter tops. Oh shit! So what's that considered? I guess that's Harlem, right? That's right near Columbia. There is no 7th and 8th up there. Right? It's like Amsterdam and Columbus. Or am I bugging? Yeah, there's no 7th and 8th. That's Amsterdam and Columbus. No? Am I missing something? Marco, did you see that Roy Jones interview with Brad Lee? No, I don't know who Brad Lee is. I made a mistake, bro. I was young and it was a Hagler Hearns. Guys, I could make a mistake. Yeah, guys, leave him alone. Why is I gotta be July though? Keep it real, Marco. Who should be main event? Shakur, obviously. CJ Rich, that's wishful thinking. Trinidad was a bum who didn't know how to cut off the ring. Damn, Mo. There goes your Mexican fucking pride. That was Mexico versus Puerto Rico, but you're wilding out. It was Wilfred Benitez versus Thomas Hearns, fellows. There we go. Benitez versus Hearns. Stevenson got a referee stoppages, corner stoppages, no real knockouts. Well, a referee stoppage isn't a real knockout to me. The Nez fight was a Superdome dummy. Then the what fight? Trinidad being a bum is, yeah, that's not, come on. I went to New Orleans once and I got fucking food poisoning from some shitty seafood place in the French Quarter. Me and my wife just fucked. We were there for 3 days. 2.5 of the days we were just like, oh. Who has a better career, Canelo or De La Hoya? I can't answer that until their careers, until Canelo's is over. Who would win in a prime fight? I think De La Hoya beats him because De La Hoya, if he fights Canelo the way he fought Trinidad, but for all 12 rounds, he beats him easy. Now Canelo's a little bigger than Oscar. I would say Oscar's probably naturally a welter, maybe even 54 is okay, but not 60 and definitely not 68. So if they met at 60, maybe in between, maybe, but they should meet at 54. 7th and 8th is Adam Clayton Powell in front of Douglas Bro. Yeah, I knew it wasn't 7th and 8th. I knew it was some different fucking names. I'm like, there ain't no 7th and 8th up there. 7th and 8th is where I'm at. What you know about Hell's Kitchen, Ray? What you know about Ray's? What you know about Hell's Kitchen, Ray? Us people from Harlem call it 7th and 8th. Okay. Trinidad was a great fighter. Asked Maurice Blocker. Maurice Blocker, unfortunately for him, got his Maurice Blocker knocked off numerous times. He was a tall, lanky dude who would just let his bald spot woof, not shave it down. Like, look, mine's grown in. I let mine grow a little bit. His shit was like looking like the dude from Family Matters. B-Hop versus Ward at 168. Hopkins. What's Rodriguez? ¿Qué pasó? Oscar would utilize tricky stance moves on Canelo. He's too quick and bouncy on his feet. His in and out game is like a jackrabbit, smooth and quick like a jackrabbit. His power and his speed is next level type shit. And his chin is certified 100% pure vibranium. Canelo couldn't fuck with him. Even if Canelo catches him, I don't think he hurt him. And nobody hurt Oscar. Oscar been dropped flash a couple times. and stopped, but never hurt. The only time he ever got knockout was the body shot, not the chin, though. And that was a bigger man in B-Hop. Bob, what do you know about the Thin Man? What up, J-Bone, Capone, Corleone? Canelo lost to Lara. That's what they say. Keep them jokes up. And Mark Hale going to serve you a 10-piece combo. Hot and spicy. Don't forget the extra napkins and side of barbecue sauce. Jay Nizzle. Pacheco, the best slick fighter. Slick black fighter. You think Oscar beat Sweet Pea? Nah. But I was going for Sweet Pea. I got to watch it again. I had Sweet Pea winning, just edging it out. Let's not forget, though, this was not a prime Sweet Pea. Still, though, Sweet Pea only lost one fight, in my opinion, that he really should have lost in his prime. That was not in his prime. He lost no fights in his prime. He only lost one fight, actually, and that was to Trinidad when he was out of his prime. My opinion. Oscar had tons of flash knockdowns, but he always came back with the KO win. I don't know about tons, but he had a few, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I'm from Harlem, New York. Oh, Harlem? We don't say Harlem. Hello, I'm from Harlem, New York, in the building. See, I don't say New York. I say New York. See, I hit some of my R's. Some dudes don't. Let's watch Sweet Pea versus Chavez. Why? So Mo can just fucking want to punch through his drywall in his house? Joe Budden. Hell's Kitchen was a little LOL walkthrough. Nah. Wait. It was lit? Nah, when did you? You're younger than me. You weren't even alive when I was coming up. It was still shitty into the early 2000s. So you maybe saw the shitty part of it. You ever seen the shitty part of Hell's Kitchen, Ray? Or it was already right around 2005. Between 2000 and 2005 is when they started. They slapped a fresh coat of paint on it, kicked out all of us fucking OGs, and started charging these yuppies to spend a lot of money and for rent. Yeah, they fought twice, Mo. Oh, and by the way, Kevin Kelly got back to me yesterday. That prick Vega was right. Kevin Kelly's mother is fucking Puerto Rican. Let me show you guys. He sent me a picture too. I go, yo, are you Puerto Rican? I got this dude in here says you're Rican. And he says, he is right. My mother's Puerto Rican. My dad is black. I'm Boricua. That's his mom. That's him and his mom. Look at that. That's his Puerto Rican mama. Kevin Kelly is fucking half Boricua. Wepame. Was that racist coming out of my mouth? Probably, right? I wasn't trying to make fun of it. I was trying to jam to it. I love CNC Music Factoria, but that might have sounded racist, so I apologize. As a matter of fact, let me hit myself with it.
Oh, that's racist.
You believe that? That prick Vega was right. That prick. Kev Kelly. Now, there's an example. Kev Kelly, to me, looks 100% black. I would have never thought he was half Rican. He must have his fucking father's, full father's complexion. Because he's not only is he, but he's dark too. Usually the Ricans have a little dulce de leche in that complexion. Hearns versus Hagler was one of my favorite fights. It was exciting, but I felt like it was very one-sided. I felt like it was very quick, and I felt like there wasn't much technical skill. Just dudes banging each other out. Like they're at one of those freaky-ass resorts. Yes, Pop's must be dark as shit, but he's dark. Mark was right about that, though. Vega is a prick. Yeah, Vega's a fucking prick. His pops must be Michael Blackson. Boom, boom. CJ, before I sell my club, I'm going to invite you out to perform, and I'm going to bring a wheelbarrow full of tomatoes and load up a tennis ball machine and just Vega with no Puerto Rican, ain't it? Oh, you coming in with that British slang. Oh no, I stayed in Harlem most of my life, bro. But yeah, I heard Hell's Kitchen was crazy. That shit was wild. Harlem was fucked. I used to go, we talked about this, right? I used to be in Washington Projects a lot, over on 96, 97, late 90s, early 100s on the east side, though. What? Why the fuck would you even say that? David, why would you say that?
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Good Jesus. I have a confession, chat. You're gay. Tony Bailey, you're a dick. No mas from that was in the same dome. Dick. Uh-oh. You got him mad, Bailey. I'm also Puerto Rican. You ain't no goddamn Puerto Rican. Exactly right, Bookie. You should have seen that. Mad respect. Old Willie Pastrana. Huh? Hagler versus Hearns. That was weird. He calls him a dick. The other one's like talking about respect. I'm very confused what's going on over there. Hagler versus Hearns made Hagler a star, though. Is that a fact? Okay. Maybe. Nah, yeah. Yayin. You cannot deny your destiny as a wandering Japanese samurai. Yeah, but gay porn is too... See, David, let me give you a little insight into my wordplay. That's too obvious. You got to come with something a little more creative. They call it on the nose in writing. Anything that's just too obvious. I just got a haircut, y'all. Oh, shut up. Fuck out of here. Haircut. Oh, nice. Look at this. People being good to each other. I like it. Talk. Maybe we should pay for Johnny to transplant his hairline onto me. Just all I need is this right here. Just like boom, and I'm good. I'm good with Johnny's hairline. J-Bone Capone, Corleone. I got to go return cans now. We're doing this. Let me show you guys. This is what we're doing with my son to make him have extra money. See that? That's all cans and bottles. We're going to go to the shop right. Times are tough. I ain't playing with you guys. It's also for him to learn how to like make money. That's probably like $30, $40. That's not bad. 30, 40 right there. I'm like maybe 30. But they have lines in these motherfuckers out here in Connecticut. You go to the shop right, there's lines to return the cans. Shit's fucking annoying. Didn't Hagler move a few divisions to beat Hearns? And they act like Bud can't do it. No, Hagler did not. You're actually mistaken. Hearns moved a few divisions to fight Hagler. Hagler was always, well, he was 154 briefly, but he pretty much fought at middleweight his whole career. Hearns started at 47. He might have even started at 40. So Hearns is the one who moved up, which is another reason for maybe why his chin couldn't take the bashing of a naturally bigger man. Hearns just had that power that would neutralize anybody's differences. You know what I'm saying? I'll bet they do. What up, True? Ignore people not on my level. Just name calling match my intellect, bro. You can't. Oh, he's coming late. What it do? Bashing sounds gay. What? 6'1", 140 should be illegal. Yeah. Look at Paul Williams. Wasn't he like 6? Oh, no, I think he was about 6'1" too, as well. Man, I did that my whole childhood. Made me learn the value of $1. Hearns made more. And now the cans here in Connecticut, the cans are 10 cents each. 10 cents each for the cans. It used to be 5 cents. It's 10 for the cans. The bottles, I still think, are 5, which is dumb because the bottles are bigger. But whatever. Teach your son to edit your videos or let him be your cameraman. Lions don't run with pigs or sheep. Johnny remembers the 80s and 90s when they used the term gay. That Espinoza dude, yeah. He's 6'1", 126. That's a dude who just dropped serious, blowtorches on this dude like he's Johnny Storm. He was dropping Johnny Storm level blowtorch heat on what was it, Vasquez was the guy's name, right? Glass is more valuable. We don't have glass, unfortunately. We don't buy shit with glass. But fuck it. Like my son's making like $20-$30 a week doing that. For him, for 11 years old, that's almost $100 a month. That's not bad. So that's $1,200 a year. He does that shit for 4 or 5 years. He got 5G in the bank. That's pretty good. Anyway. My bad. Waste management? What you mean? What you mean, David? I'm trying to get Coach Kenny, Tank's coach, or Teofimo and his pops to go live with me tonight, but so far. And I don't like, Johnny, you know what it's like. You probably follow up with these guys all, like I stopped doing all that. Like I'll ask them once and then kind of, if they don't do it, like I'm past where I'd like have to, because if you keep reaching out and keep reminding them, they'll eventually, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have that in me anymore. Go get your shine. Johnny Storm, Susan Storm, Reed Richards, Benjamin Grimm. Susan Storm also shot fire, right? Good teaching, Marco, as the youth would cut grass. Yeah, man. We're trying to teach him. I've learned that with my son specifically, rewarding him for good behavior does way more than punishing him for bad behavior. Because I used to just punish for bad, right? Yeah, the reward, though, that works with him. And I've heard that works with most kids better. Tio would be fun, you calling him out for his racist comments. I'm not going to call him out. I'll just ask him. Nah, she was invisible. Right. Just Johnny was he was the shot the fire. Do you guys remember Firestar? It was this old cartoon, Superman's Incredible Friends or some shit. It was not Superman. It was Spider-Man and his Incredible Friends, maybe. It was Spider-Man, Iceman, who shot ice, and then Firestar, who shot fire. So I always think of Firestar, but I don't think that reference. See, there's another. I'll give you guys more insight into my writing. I don't think I'd use Firestar because I think most people won't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I got to go with something more obvious, like Johnny Storm. What, Fat? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Get Johnny and Two-Tone on the panel. Two-Tone, I have invited. He just doesn't respond. But Johnny does come on the panel. Firestar was a woman. Yep. Hot, too. You know what I'm saying? Her shit might be on fire with that syphilis. I don't care. I'd still be up in it. Iceman was next man. I don't know, but he was in that Spider-Man and his Incredible Friends. Now I'm about to bounce out of here in a little bit. I got to go return these fucking cans. Did you feel me? Seriously think I would do well at an open mic. Tried my act out with some softball homies. It's a very different thing when you do it on stage, my friend. That being said, maybe it would be great, but you got to try it. All of your preconceived notions, and trust me, this has been my business for 17 years, will shatter once you try it. It's not what you think it's going to be. But that's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. That might be a good thing. Just know that it's not going to be what you think. So just go in there open-minded, like a sponge, ready to learn. Johnny never invites me. Johnny never. Matter of fact, one time I hit him up. I'm like, I saw him live. I'm like, yo, Johnny, could I go on? He goes, nah, I don't have time. And he blocked me. He goes, nah, no time. He didn't even put full words because he didn't give a shit. He's like, nah, no time. And then it went, notifications are silenced. You've been blocked. That's how Johnny be treating me, man. What am I going to do? Oh, Marco got a little one. My bad, doggy. A little one? Yeah, I got 2 kids. Is that what you're talking about? 2 kids. He's cat. I didn't tell the full truth. He was like, get off my dick. That's what he said. That's what we say back coming up in New York. Get off my dick. He said that to me. And then it was like, notifications are silenced. I was like, damn, yeah, Johnny be playing me, right? 10 kids. Kevin would come on in a second. Kevin could talk too. Kevin is definitely a talker. How many baby mamas? I don't even know how many baby mamas Ness has. Nor do I care. Boxing guru. Nah, man, it's all good though. Johnny's like Trump. Like when he makes it, he's gonna change his number. That's that Bushwick shit though, man. That's normal. That's how those dudes are in the bush. Just kidding. Marco been married since 81. I'm gonna wait till I'm 50 to have kids. Leave them with hella bread, then fade into the clouds. Oh, okay. You still gotta fucking raise them. How many you got, Marco? 2 kids. 11-year-old boy, 8-year-old baby girl. You have resources, use them. Start with Kelly. I've interviewed Kelly 1,000 times. Bailey? Not 1,000. 2 or 3, I would say. I have 3 baby mamas. Is one of them the one who tried to slice the thin cut? Is one of them the one who tried to thin cut the salami? Is that a baby mama? That's got 3 Puerto Rican BMs. I can't even get one. I mean, I don't know. Gene Tunney is arguably one of the greatest heavyweight champions in history, but he gets no shine because he fought at the turn of the century. Not even the turn of the century, actually. 20 years after that. One of the greatest fighters who ever lived, and the first modern day boxing heavyweight champion. He was the first dude to box. Gene Tunney is the first heavyweight champion to actually box on some, like, on his toes, some Ali kind of type shit. Not as good as Ali, but, you know. Hell nah, she was a side chick. Hence why she tried to thin cut the salami. Man, she was ordering cold cuts. No, you're not. Somebody in here is 15, I think. When was he active? In the 20s. Teens and 20s, I believe. Yeah, I would have lost my shit if I was like chilling with Tia before we got married and she pulled out one of those old school barber shaving razor things. I'd be like, I might just be like, pop, 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 pop. Just bounced. The shrimp. Shit, we're dealing with full-blown Bulgarian olive loaves over here. But no damn shrimps. I'll thank you. Next time I'm in Cuba, I'll remember that. Cake like Betty Crocker? Or cake like ends, funds, ducats? Tell what? Tell them to stay away from Cubans? All right. Mark, do you know anything about Danny Trejo's boxing career? Well, I'm really cool with Baby Bash. You guys know who he is? He sings that real famous song, Sugar, how you get so high? Sugar, sugar, how you get so high? Sugar, sugar, how you get so high? Well, but I don't want to be the baby. That's him. He's the one who raps it, not the one who sings it. He's mad cool with Trejo. So he's told me a little bit about Trejo. They're like friends. But no, I don't know much about it. I think he, from what Baby or Bash, we call him. Well, Bash told me Trejo fought in prison, right? It was mostly in prison he boxed. That's true. Yep. He's from Northern Cali. Don't say it. Sugar, sugar, how you get so high? Sugar, sugar, how you get so high? Sugar, sugar, how you get so high? We better now be gone, a bit of color, baby, a bit of my little honey bun, my little blah, blah, blah. He raps like he's from Texas. Now I'm thinking about that. That song, he sounds kind of Southern, right? But he's from fucking Cali. It is Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly. Didn't I say fly? I did say fly, didn't I? Frankie J. Yeah, that's the dude. I could have swore I said fly. He had a big hit. Yes. And I heard this remix recently of Sugar Sugar. It was some like techno version. I texted him. I'm like, yo, I hope you're getting paid for that. He goes, yup. He goes, that song has made me so much money. Because some fucking buddy took the hook, put it in, Bash gets paid for it. Sugar, sugar, how you get so high? I did say hi. It is fly, though. I knew that. What up, Oval? Well, that sucks. Yeah, I'll be on tonight. Or just Life, or just Bong. Tomorrow night, maybe not. Depending what time I get back. Whatever. Fly high. Go to the side. Let's not ride. Shut your filthy mouth. Yes. I don't know who you're talking to, but I agree with you. Unless you're talking to me, then I don't agree with you. Good old days. I was in middle school when that song came out. Shit. This white boy was in college. Spam risk. I like that it says spam risk, though. Right? Otherwise, you hear me pick up and get fucking annoyed. Like, hello? Hello? You have won bullshit. Press 1 if you want to collect your bullshit, or press 3 if you want to give me your credit card information and I can rob your ass blind. Like, who's that dumb to fall for that shit? Johnny, tell Marco my improv game. That impersonation was off the dome. What? The fuck are you talking about? Frankie J was mad popular for Cumbia Kings. Cumbia. What are Cumbia Kings? That sounds mad raunchy. Come check out the Cumbia Kings. Was good. Stock? Tio. I got Tio. Now one of my boys called me, but I'm doing a live, so I can't pick up. Salsa music is good to learn rhythm in boxing. That's a very random thing to say. Although you're right. He's calling me again. Hold on. Let me tell him I'm on a call. On a live, I mean. I'm doing a live now. Everything good? He called in and impersonated Alberto. When I called into Johnny's show, impersonated. Oh, you did? It was good? Oh, I want to hear that. Marco be like, what the fuck you guys talking about? I want to hear you impersonate BB. Hold on. Leave it in a voice text now. Matter of fact, here. Leave the idea in a voice text like this, and then I'll call you back later. All right. Hey, man, this YouTube algorithm is nasty. Never get... Are you... Yeah, a lot of people don't. That happens a lot. I got the alerts. Like, I have a separate email of mine in, so just so I see if alerts are going out. And there's times where mine comes in, but other people's don't. Then there's times when mine doesn't come in and other people's get it. You knocked him out? Bravo. Ah, uspiech, uspiech. Uspech. Uspech? Not uspiech. Uspech. Много хубаво. I'll try to grab the clip so you can do it. Yeah, I want to hear that. I want to hear that. Should it be fresh? She's fresh. All right. I'm like, do not want to do these cans, man. I hate waiting on those fucking lines. I'll grab the clip. All right. Bet. You should do a Bulgarian word of the day. Tashatsi. There it is. Tashatsi. Matter of fact, Vilizar, I don't even know if you know what that means. That's maybe an older slang. Znaczy kwoznachi tashatsi. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that to a 17-year-old. Let's see if he knows what it means. If you know what it means, Vilizar, put it in the chat. That's the word. Tashatsi. Tashatsi. Here, let me spell it. Tashatsi. That's kind of sounds almost, when I write it, it almost sounds Japanese. Let's see if he knows. He might not know because I think that might be an older slang that they might not use now. Let's see who knows. I don't even think you could Google that shit. Now, you probably could Google it, but don't. Say something useful. Balls. Yep, he got it. It's another word for balls. It's a part of the lesson. That's a good point, Mo. Yeah, up here, right? We've gone 3 times. Twice the line wasn't bad. One time the shit was off the hook, but it was on the weekend, so I'm assuming maybe now it won't be too bad. Toki? What's that mean? What are you saying? Why would I say balls? To be funny. But it's like a funny word for balls. It's not just balls. It's like, what would be the English equivalent? It'd be saying like nuts, maybe, or no, nuts you say orhi. You could also say orhi, which also literally means nuts, but they use that for balls. Nah, the reading is tough. I can. Oh, topki, balls. That's the word for balls. But you know what's funnier than balls? Is orhi, which means nuts. Orhi, if I'm not mistaken, actually means walnuts specifically. Oh, they do? Okay. Marco, why does your video headline a title, but you speak about everything else? Because we talked about that shit initially, and we moved on to other things. It's been an hour and a half, my man. How do you say head? Like head? Or like head? I don't know which one you mean. Tank knocks out Roach in the rematch. I'd like that. I don't think it's going to happen, though. What about us folks that work? We have to rewind. True that. Well, a lot of people work. They just have it on in the background. Oh, glava. Glava. Kind of like saying, let me see. Glava. Glava, maybe like that. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Not gluva, but glava. That's how you say head. That's an easier one. Bulgarian Joe Button talks about whatever he wants. Try that Bomberto clip. Okay. Bomberto clip. That's terrible. Do I got to hear Johnny? Now I got to hear Johnny. Good Lord. fine.
I was gonna say I felt bad about how my first call ended, but I wanna log off like this. I got my homie on the side of me. He got a few words to say real quick.
Talk to me.
Hello, this is Bomberto. I really do. I do despise CJ. I do not understand why he calls in on all the boxing shows that I like to chat in. And when I say yesterday that I hate slick fighters, you know that is just a veiled way of saying I am racist and I do not like black fighters. We know the coded language, and so you guys know where I come from. Also, Johnny, I will never super chat you.
First off, you may have him sounding Russian, Arabic, and French, and like he's fresh off the boat. But let's keep going.
But I will talk shit about all the people that do super chat, and I will talk in a stereotypical Mexican voice.
Yeah.
Yo, you fucking have him sounding like Orale Holmes. He doesn't talk like that. And why is he Russian? And Middle Eastern. You were like Delo. Now that was funny though. One of the fun I remember hearing on Nestle's show one time, it was funny. It was Chivon? No, that guy H-Town called in pretending to be CYP. It was pretty funny. That shit is funny. Who cares? No one cares. Blacks are the best at everything in the world. No one in the world knows it. Just facts, no hate. They're definitely the best at boxing. That's a fact. Bulgarians are the best at nothing. All right, people, I'm going to bounce. Got to go bring these cans in. I will talk to you guys tonight, 10 p.m. Johnny, jump on if you want. I'll send you the link. Peace, people. Appreciate you.